What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba. It is December 17, 2023. It is 2:09 p.m. It's a Sunday, and we're closed for the day. Guys, today was a good day. It was consistent. It wasn't too much sales, I can say. It was just, I guess, like a normal tire shop business sales. It was just like sold some new tires, sold some used tires, labors and patches. It was good for what it is today, Sunday. I actually had two guys with me today, so it wasn't a lot of people with me. So two guys plus me on today's Sunday. So it wasn't that many guys when it comes to mounters, but we handled it good. We were busy getting the tires in, get the customers in and out fast. So it was good. You know, it's a good thing that it was three dismounters and mounters, so we could you know, make it consistent. If it was two people, it would have been tough, but you can still knock it out with two people. Today's work. So I'm glad that everything worked out good. So it kind of leads me to my next topic. Is the dismounting mounting. It could be a good thing if you're the one doing it, bad thing if you're not doing it. And I just saw something recently, and I was like, you know what? It's a good topic. Women in the tire shop business. All right, women in the tire shop business. So I have many family members, women that have been in the tire shop business, tried it out and done it for a while, some only a little bit, and some very long term, years. And I know women in the business also, and I know that and not like, and then I know some people that are, the women are in the business but not like super close, just you know, just to see enough like the results and how they do, and good and bad, right? In the business, what they do, what they don't do. But either way, that's today's topic: women in the business, women in the tire shop business. All right, so yeah, so like when it comes to women in the business, they bring something to the game that we can't bring. And I notice a lot of times in my business, a woman works here, and she brings some things that I cannot bring never, or see sometimes. But just the way the nature is of women, right? And it's just like more of a caring, on the caring side, that for people, right? So like it would be like, oh, what about this and what about that? And I'm like, it's always like, oh yeah, oh yeah, let's do it. Oh yeah, let's do it. It's always it's always a good thing, because like if we have all men all the time, which is nothing bad. I mean, that's just normally how it is most of the time for tire shop business. It's cool, but it's always very good to have a woman's touch, like little details, like a little bit cleaner, a little softer around the edges. You know what I mean? There's some when women come to buy tires, most of the time they are happy to see a woman working, and you know, they feel comfortable automatically. They feel comfortable being in the shop. like oh, I'm not gonna get ripped off. You know what I mean? Or, oh, they're not gonna take advantage of me, or I feel safer now, because you never know, like something can go, you know, something can happen. But if there's a woman there too, it's like, oh no, nothing's gonna happen to me now, all right? You just never know. But it's just a feeling, right? It's just a feeling that a woman gets coming as a customer. Other things that I do see is that when it comes to guy customers, well, you know how guy customers are. They like when the woman's around, so like they'll be like, all right, I want to talk to her, you know. Also, I noticed that I don't know if it's because of women or not, but I'll add this in, that some people prefer doing business with her and instead of doing business with me. So that they'll call and ask for her instead of for me. And that's fine, you know. I'm very good with that. And let me see other things. Yeah, like they can do everything we can do, but a lot of times they prefer not to mount tires, right? I do know some that can mount tires or do start working on tires, and that you know, and you know that's a very plus. But a negative can be like if they don't do tires, then it's like, and if they're like working and managing the shop at that time, and let's just say there's like 2 workers only installing tires, and then it becomes a negative, because like if there's a lot of work and they don't install tires, you know, it could be like, you know, a time where they don't do nothing, and everybody just like backed up with work. So that can be a negative, but of course they're talking to the customers, and that's a good thing. Calm them down and stuff. You know, like, oh yeah, we're gonna have your cars done real soon, right? Positives is that because there's a lot of more women in the world than men, right? And family members that, you know, that you're gonna have probably more women than men, right? And then what happens is that, you know, sometimes you cannot, you know, have a family member that's a male work at the shop, and you know, and females want to work and make money, and you know, they work, and so like they'll be the one that becomes part of the business, right? And so now you have a trust you know, thing right there with oh yeah, I trust this person because, you know, I know this person. Just an example, compared to like if you're left with nobody and they want to get a manager, then it's like, oh man, like that manager can be screwing you here and there. And this goes especially for those people who want to open multiple shops. You know, it's gonna be something that works. If you have a family member, you have a that wants to open a shop, or you want to open a shop and put another family member in there, let's just say it's a woman, then they can handle it and you know, knock out the business, and business goes on just as normal, right? You know, when it comes to physically, when it comes to tires, they're not that heavy. Like, you can just look at the sizes, like, you know, they can handle it, right? Like, it's not like they can't handle like this kind of weight. If it was like heavier stuff, then it, like semi-truck tires, it could be a different story. But even that, there's ways to like, you know, move tires around with like bars and stuff like that. So that's a plus for the women, that, you know, it doesn't have to be like, oh, it's gonna be too heavy. Nah, tires are not too heavy. You know, I've seen it, you know, happen over and over, that you would think so, but it's like, you know, they can handle it. You know what I mean? No problem at all. Let me see. Women in the business, when it comes to sales, I believe they can sell just as much as men. There's been times, you know, she sells more than me. You know, it just happens. You know, like, you can't be always be the one selling the most, right? But no problem with the sales, so that's a very good thing. The good thing is that learning how to sell, it's a skill that it's a, you know, you learn it skill. It's something that can be taught, and if a woman wants to, of course, learn it, they can. And so they can, you know, sell as much as we can. So no problem there. Let me see what else. When it comes to I don't know how you guys do with the disposals, but when I used to do disposals, you know, I got rid of my truck because for me, I did the math and it's like, okay, here in Cali, it's very expensive owning a truck just for disposal only. So what I did was I just sold it. I just paid somebody to pick my tires up, right? But when it comes to like disposal services, they can drive the big trucks, no problem. I have a lot of customers that are like semi-truck drivers. Actually, one came this week, and you know they can drive the big trucks, no problem. They just got some skill. They go, you know, they know how to turn back and forth to be able to get out or get into places. They can handle that, no problem, you know. So like if they're in the disposal services, when it has to like move the big trucks around, like I know a lot of times it's like the 15, 16 foot trucks and bigger that, you know, you need to have for these disposal businesses. Or if you have them by yourself or you own one of those trucks, you know, it's a learned skill, right? It's no problem. Like a woman can handle that, no problem, right? Let me see. And it goes the same exact thing as everybody else. You know, like it depends how much work you put in. If you're putting in massive work, you get some massive benefits. You know, tire shop business, don't care who it is, male or female. If you put in that work, you know, you're gonna freaking handle that. You know, but if you're a person, a woman, let's just say that goes on vacation a lot, over and over and over, and it shows on your work, then that's also going to be a negative too, right? By the way, I know a lot of women that are like this in the tire shop business. You know, they do good with tires. You know, they don't have a job, they own a business, and they do good. And so like, you know, the one thing they want to do is go travel. You know, they'll just take off and be like, fuck business. I'm gonna go travel, right? But if you keep doing that over and over, it's gonna show, and it's gonna be like, damn, it's gonna be like always go back to square one. Always gonna be like, oh, I'm broke again, you know? Make some money, spend it on the travel, I'm broke again, you know? So that can be a bad thing if you, I mean, it goes for anybody, men too. You know, I just want to put that out there. It's good and bad. It's not always just win-win, right? But, you know, that's how it is. Yeah, so like, if you have a woman that wants to be in the business or a family member you think about, don't think of it as this person is not capable of doing it. I've seen it done multiple times, ladies and gentlemen, with the women in the tire shop business. So try it out. It might be for them. And if it's for them, you're going to win big. And I've seen things in my life where like, wow, like, that's awesome. You know, like, oh, they made it happen. Like, wow, like, you know, they made this much sales, you know, they made this much money or whatever in the business. And it's always been good. So don't think they can't handle it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, men, right? If you have some of the family members and think, oh yeah, like you never know until they try, right? You never know until you try and try it out for yourself. See if you like it or not. Maybe it could be, you know, some women don't care about getting dirty, right? Like, if you get dirty and it doesn't matter, then it's cool, you know. Tire shop business, it's a dirty business, so I mean, it's not too crazy dirty, but it's like, you know, you get dirty like dirt. It's not like a mechanic. Like mechanic, you got grease and you're really fucked up like that. But with the tire shop business, it's just dirt. Like, you just see this, it's just dirt, right? Here and there, it's dirty tires, and if you lift that tire, your clothes are gonna get dirty. So if they don't care about that and they want to learn about the business, and you're good to go. I mean, you know, just as much as, you know, sales and all that. And I'm not talking about like you have to ladies, if you're not in the business and you want to get in it, it doesn't mean you have to know how to install tires or want to do tires. There's plenty of room when it comes to sales and bringing tires out from the back, putting them forward, putting them in front of customers. and not even saying a word, let them see the tire, and that sells right there. And it's like, let them grab the tire, let them move it around and turn it and see if they like it, you know? And then they're gonna say yes or no. Boom, that's your sale. Like, you don't have to talk. So even if you're a shy woman, it doesn't matter. Like, you can still be in the business and make a lot of money and not mount tires, which is a super positive. I know a lot of women, like, they think, oh, I have to mount tires. And I see women mounting tires and it's like, I don't want to do that. And that's fine, you don't have to. It's a plus if you do, by the way. It's even better if you do. So if you're a woman that doesn't mind mounting tires or preparing the tires for the guys to like knock them out, then it's even better. And it doesn't mean like lift them up on the machine and, you know, setting up the clamps. What it means is like you get the tire, you take out the air, you know, you put it on the machine and you can just break the bead right with the machine, and that's it. Leave it there. That's a lot of investment in the work. So like now the next person can get the tire, put it on the machine, and start, you know, clamping it up and taking it off, right? So so anything helps, by the way. If the more you get involved with the tire business, the better. I mean, it goes with anything. The more you put in work, the more results you're gonna get. But you know, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to, right? Especially if there's a running tire shop already, and by the way, tire shop owners, you know how it is. Any freaking help could be big at certain points in your business. So like if you have like times where you're really tired, if you're like times where you like, I don't know, you guys work out and you just like get beat up, like, or you guys like play basketball and you sprain your ankle or whatever it is, and a woman comes in and does your business, right? Takes over. Man, that's big, that's huge. And that's one of the things I've always had here at my shop is like, it's been times where like I cannot do something, or I have to be like at a big event or something. I have to be at my real estate meetups, and a woman comes here and knocks it out for me, then that's big, you know. And especially when they make money, you come back and you check out the sales and they make money, you're like, I'm like, damn, they didn't need me at all. Like I needed to go to that freaking meeting, right? I needed to talk to these investors. I needed to network. I needed to learn the things I learned by going to these meetings, and which has allowed me to be where I'm at, by the way, is me, myself, investing in myself with going to the real estate meetups and self-education, right? Going to other places too. I mean, my number one place I learned so far in life, a lot of things I learned and met people is at these real estate meetups. So that's why I always talk about it. But there's also other places, you know, there's also summits, there are education places that you go and learn about certain things you want to learn, or like, I don't know, like a social event that you go network with other business owners. I mean, if you guys go to SEMA and you go network with other tire shop owners, like however you guys you know, do your thing, well, that's really, really important. And so if you have somebody in your family that, you know, it's a woman that want to come and be in the business, and you got to teach them and see if they like it, and then now it's like, you know, one day you need to go do something, and then you go do something and that person takes over, and it's like a win-win. That's huge. That's really, really huge. So, you know, I'm here to tell you, you know, like if you have somebody, and I'm saying this because it's like I'm sure there's someone, be one person listening to this video right now and be like, oh, my daughter wants to be in the business, but I don't want her to be here because I don't think she can be able to handle it, or my sis or my wife, you know what I mean? Give them a chance. Give them a chance. And I'm telling you, man, it could be like one of those things where like, man, they're good at the business. They're confident talking to customers. They make sales. And it allows you to break away from the tire shop business. I mean, that's powerful. And it doesn't mean like they're going to take over the business and, you know, they're going to go pick tires and all that, right? It doesn't mean like, oh yeah, like they're going to go to the used tire wholesalers and pick the used tires. And I'm not talking about all that. Like, it's not going to be like automatic thing going to disappear from the world and the tire shop business is going to be running. Potentially it could happen, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like a day here, they handle it, a day there. You know, that's huge. That's really, really huge. or anyways, or just like a part-time work, you know, a steady part-time work for years, and you can consistently have have time off consistently for years, which I have been doing that, and have time for my other passions in this world. And I love the tire shop business, but I also love other things too. You know, I love the real estate game. I think that's my future, so I have to go really hard on that now. I have to take risks now and try how that works. And if something goes wrong, then something's gonna go wrong right now. It's not gonna go wrong at the very end when I really need it. When I'm like, I depend on this income, right? Or whatever it is, you know, you can be investing in real estate, make a wrong move now, and because you work really hard, you have cash, you know, you turn that thing around and now it's a positive. But if you don't have the money to, you know, if you just bought it and you bought it wrong, and you don't have the money to, let's say, to build something, right? Like to build ADUs or something, and you leave it like that and it becomes negative cash flow for years, then it's like, damn, like I'd rather let it be negative cash flow for some time, and then you do a value add and then it becomes very profitable, compared to like, you know, you buy something wrong, just never got it done right, and then you lose, you sell it and you lose money. But it's because of like, you could have done this, you could have done that, years later you find out, and it's like, damn, if I would have like educated myself if I would have known years before what I know now, man, it would have been a different story. You know how that is, right? That whole like, well, it's true, but again, you have to make time for that. And how are you gonna make time? You can't leave the shop, you know? So you gotta have someone you trust, and you know, family members, wife, daughters, you know, girlfriends or sisters, whatever. They want to make money, and they're like, hey, I want to be in the tire shop business. Or you come up with your own idea, like, hey, what if you come into the business, work with me, I'll teach you, and then that'll allow me to break away and do other things. Because yeah, the tire shop business is great, I love it, and if you keep going in it, that's fine. You're gonna keep making more money and get bigger and stronger, no problem. But what if you want to do other businesses, right? What do you want to do? You know, again, you want to be a real estate investor, and now you got to go and do things here and do things there and do things here. You got to go see that, you know. Sometimes it's a timing thing, right? Sometimes like something's available and you have, you know, you have the option to go and check it out. And if you go see it and you actually talk to this person, they're willing to want to sell it to you, and then you buy, and then you make some money there later on because you did something to the property, you turn it around or whatever it is. Compared to like, oh, I don't have time to go, shit, like, I want to buy it, but I got to see it first, and I don't have nobody to go see it, right? I mean, all that stuff is like, it's like gold. Like, if you have time to go knock things out, then you're going to make more money, and it's like, you're making some money at the shop, plus you're making money over there. I mean, it's a huge win. So, you know, that's why I always like say like, hey, well, you know, when people talk to me that, oh, I need help or something like that, like, have you ever thought about like, you know, one of your family members, including a woman, to do this or do that for you at the shop? And it's like, oh, you know, like, it kind of opens up their mind. So, but anyways, I can keep going more and more, but I want to hear some comments. I want to see some things on the bottom of the video. Add some comments, women. What do you think? What do you love about the tire shop business? Or what do you have to say about this video about women in the tire shop business? I know there's very successful ones that, you know, because we don't get to see them, you know, doesn't mean that they don't exist. And if they're there, if, you know, it'd be cool to hear a story here or there of about it. So I'll let you guys go. I'll see you guys next time. Mamba out.